What's up, you guys? It's Kevin Bryant, and I'm here live today. We got a special show for you. Everybody shout out to the Heat Seekers, shout out to One Degree Entertainment, shout out to KRE Studios. We are live, and we're going to talk today. Y'all remember DMX. So, we're going to talk about something that's very, very special that's happening on the West Coast for him. And I have two people here that are actually responsible for it. It's called The Rise of Dark Man X, presented by DJ Superior. And DJ Superior is here today. We're going to talk to him, and we also going to talk to Jonah Levin. I want to give everybody a second to welcome them. Right now, let's give it up for DJ Superior and Jonah Levin. What's up, y'all?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Thank you for having us.
Most definitely. So everybody was very, very in shock when everything happened with Earl, with DMX. And it took us by storm, but people are still talking about him. We still see his music, we still see his videos, and it's a lot of different scenarios that's going on, with him or with even his legacy. But let's talk about it because you guys have put together an event, and I want you to tell everybody about that event so we can understand what's going on out there in the West Coast. And y'all got to bring it here to Atlanta. But go for it.
Of course. Well,
definitely.
July 11th, 12th, and 13th here in Los Angeles at the Latido Theater Co. We are doing a showing of a lot of unreleased material that Superior has recorded and shot and captured from as early as '88 all the way up through his ex's first big release party when he eventually signed a deal that made him the #1 artist that everyone knows. And so Superior's been around since truly the very beginning. Superior, if you want to take it from there.
Yeah, me and X was doing music early, but he was friends with my DJ friend of mine named DJ Lord K-San. And Lord K-San had gotten into some legal trouble where he had to, sit down for a little while. So I carried the torch. X came to me and said, you know how he talks.
Yeah.
Yo, dog, where did we go from here, dog?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I could do it good because I've been around him so long. But he came and we started working on music and started doing stuff. And I had my mom left me in the projects when I was young. She didn't just leave me. She moved on with her life. She was in love. She paid for like 6 months rent. So I had my apartment to record, to do whatever I wanted to do. So that's what we did. We worked on a lot of songs, and the rest is history.
That's what's up. Well, I actually had the pleasure of meeting Earl. I call him Earl still. When I was in a play out there in New York, and we were in a play, and he would come and hang out with us. And he was going to, I think it was his uncle or godfather, something had a record store or something like that. He would go there. Somebody had a record store, and he would go there. He would talk about all the things that he was going to do. And he was, when I knew him, he was quiet. Like, he didn't talk all rough. Like, he was just very, mild mannered and I was shocked when he did come out as DMX. I was like, dang, that's Earl. Like, he literally.
What year was that? What year was that?
That was in 90. It was somewhere between 92 and 94. 92. He what?
He was definitely putting on a roll for you.
Yeah. No, I knew that because he would tell me about it. He would tell me, "No, this is how I am," and then he would go into this voice, and I'm like, "Oh, that's a different person." But then, we were he was around people like Millie Jackson and some promoters, and so he was always cool. But then when we would hang out later, he was like, "Yeah," and then he showed me his rap game and everything, and I was like, "Wow." That's why I knew there was something special about him. So tell me, how did you guys come to do what it is that you're about to do? I think it's next week, correct?
Yeah, it is next week. I met Superior through another project, and we were talking about, all this material that Superior had, and there was a point where I'm sitting in Superior's living room and he's playing me, a cassette. He'll pop a cassette in and be like, "Oh, I remember this. This is like a cassette of me and X from 91," and we're listening to it, and he'll pause it and like tell me a story about what happened that day, and then he'll be like, "Oh, you know what? I actually got footage of this apartment." And he'll throw a VHS in, and I'm sitting there watching Superior give me this like incredible story, and I'm like, "Yo, you got to do this for the people who don't know this stuff even exists." Because everything that Superior has, for the most part, like no one has ever seen any of it. Some of it has been licensed before. Superior, has mentioned that in some other interviews, but we're talking about seconds of stuff, and we have hours and hours and hours of it. So really, the inspiration was when I met Superior, and you know, got to experience him tell me the stories and give me the context of all this material.
Right. So would this be stuff that like unreleased music, unreleased videos, sort of like some BTS type stuff? I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
we didn't have a lot of cell phones back then, did we?
No, I had cameras. I had
Oh,
cameras. What it was X always told me to document everything, keep recording.
wow.
So we just recorded a lot of flow sessions. A lot of those records y'all heard on Def Jam, me and him made those back in 92, 91, 90. Like Slippin', that was
Mhm.
old. Slippin' was old. Get At Me Dog was old. He might have added a new first verse on it, but a lot of those records on Def Jam, the first 3 albums, 4 albums, they had like old songs on it or old freestyles. But I have the originals that we recorded in my house. So it's a
Wow.
little different. As far as the licensing, like he said, I licensed the BT for Rough Rider Chronicles, and I licensed for VH1 Behind the Music, DMX Behind the Music. So I was only giving them seconds. So
Wow.
this show that we're putting together, it'll have a lot on it, because there's
Wow.
no footage. There's no footage of his first release party in Yonkers when Leor Cohn came.
Yep.
Leor was there, and Kevin Lyles. There's no
Yep.
footage of that, but I got it.
Wow. That's what's up. And see, that's the thing. Like a lot of people don't realize how much was done. A lot of people don't realize all this. What they see is way more than that sometimes. And you guys
Yeah,
capture all that. How do you manage to get around like that was before Rough Rider?
yeah, that was before Rough Riders, but Joaquin, the CEO, he was still around because when
Mm,
he got introduced to us, he was just, he was trying to tell X like, stay, stay calm, stay whatever, just keep writing. I'm gonna try to find us a situation, which
yeah.
he did. He did in '92. We was on Rough House Columbia.
I remember
We
that.
dropped a single called Born Loser,
Mm,
but it didn't work. We was running around. He was pressing up records. So all the stuff we did from shows and all that, that's how I believe we inquired that deal. But I know when one time we went to go see Wendy Williams, she was leaving a job when she was at Hot 97. She took the record, so we was happy, and then she drove off and threw it out the window. And we
oh,
chased her down.
you chased Wendy Williams down?
Yeah, we said it in an interview. It was in an interview where X addressed her before he passed about it, and she didn't want to talk about it. She kept,
Right, right.
whatever, whatever. But yeah, that's what happened.
That's crazy.
So
I
why was there? Why was there in the begin? Not in the beginning with me and X, but he was there, like coming around and doing stuff like that, trying
hmm
to get deals.
wow. What do you think it was like being that he was the type of artist that he was? Do you think it was more difficult or was it kind of easy for him once he got to the Rough Riders?
Well, remember, Rough Riders was trying to get a distribution deal from back then. So he was always around them, but it was only me, Joaquin, and X. Later on, his family came and was part of it and whatever, whatever. But in the beginning, it was just us. But X was always the same. I mean, it's a different X. The daytime is Earl. Nighttime is X, the dark man.
And that's what I was talking about too. Like a lot of time, I got the X mostly, but then I saw that dark man. I saw that, and a lot of times, a lot of people thought it was scary if you didn't understand him. You know what I mean? It was scary if you didn't understand him. So tell us exactly what you're doing. It's a 3-day event, correct?
Yeah.
So is it that much stuff that it's gonna take literally 3 days? Like,
well,
No.
actually, we could we have enough material where we could do the show maybe 30 or 40 times and it could be different every single time. That being said, the show each night will be slightly different. We do have different material that we're showing each night, not on purpose, but it just depends on where the story takes us. The show is a very open format where we have everything ready to go. And as Superior tells the stories, and as we get through the different years, we'll be able to show the different associated material that he talks about and play the different songs.
So Superior, you planned out like a whole show, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna be talking, showing the stuff on the screen, telling them where we was at that time and what was going on, what was our mind frame. Because there was a lot of stuff that wasn't fully explained, like the K Solo problem with Spellbound. I always had love for K Solo, regardless whatever we was going through, because he was a good artist. But the Spellbound thing, there's some history with that.
Is it history that you could like let shed some light on? Because there's a lot of different stories, and I'm trying to make sure we be as politically correct as we can, but I know there's a lot of things I don't really understand because you hear this and you hear that. And what is it that you can share that let us know your perspective?
And sorry to cut you off. I'm curious, what have you heard? What do you think?
I don't know. Well, you hear different things all the time. In the K Solo situation, I don't like to say hearsay, but
sure.
I just know from a perspective of who's actually doing this and who actually was there. I think it'll be better to shed light so the record is clear. K Solo, I think I met him once, and I remember some things, the whole DMX and him and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know enough about it to speak on.
Sure.
Okay.
But that's how it is with me. But it's all good. It's nothing crazy. It's just that when you mentioned it, I know people's like, okay, I heard this and I heard that and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
From your mouth.
All I could say is when Spellbound was done, that was way before y'all heard of the K Solo. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like I said, I respect K Solo as an artist. X used to get mad at me because, not mad at me, but he would be snapping on me because, it was a song he had called Tell Your Mom's to Mind Her Business. And me as a DJ, don't forget, I'm still a DJ. So I'm like, that joint is hot. It's hot to you, so why don't you go over there with him?
You sound just like him. You sound just like him.
Yeah. But nah, I think K Solo, which I'm gonna explain in the movie fully. I don't want to give too much out, but what I'm gonna say is, I believe it was just a style that K Solo wrote his version of the style. He probably heard it and did whatever. I don't know. I'm just going by what X told me when they was locked up. So all I could do is tell my part. Right. So allegedly, he listened to the style and whatever. But if you heard both Spellbounds, you'd be like, oh, I know who really did the Spellbound.
Right. All I know is there's so many stories. I love it when we find people that were actually there and can understand exactly what it is, because we lost a big legacy, legacy. So I think it's very good that you can tell some of the stories that we probably need to see and hear about. So
this is the year. This is the year of the truth anyway. Big shout out to Cat Williams, but this is the year of the truth.
Everybody's
y'all gonna hear a bunch of stuff that y'all like. We thought Cat Williams was crazy.
Yep.
till nobody sued him,
So
and then we like, what the
nobody
heck?
sued him. You're right. You're right. Nobody sued him, and he got away with a lot of, saying a lot of stuff. So that was
And
cool.
just to show people, give you exclusive. I only did this from one other show and give it to you too. Like they all say, who is Superior? Like Superior, I was here from day one. I'll show you my wall. I was here from day one. All this stuff is from me and X. Everything from me and X. When I was part of helping him with Cradle to the Grave. We did a lot of stuff when I was on Bloodline Records.
Wow.
And you can see right there, VH1, the Dark Man
Yep.
X behind the music, Swiss,
Yep.
DJ Superior. Like I was there. I just stayed in the background, you know?
Wow. Wow.
And that's what I did, stayed in the background. Because sometimes you gotta stay in the background.
Yep, you gotta stay in the background. And because it don't be the background for long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I didn't care. I loved Earl and I just wanted him to, like in the beginning, his story, he was going through a lot of stuff. What he was telling y'all and slipping, he wasn't lying.
Right.
He went through it. There's nights that I had to go get him.
Yeah.
He was somewhere getting high, and that was right after a show.
Wow.
You know? So, but he didn't care. When it was time to hit that mic, he was on point.
He was on point. That's right. And it was a lot of message in what he was saying. You know what I mean? Like he really laid it out, and a lot of people didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? What did you understand about him?
He was unique. He was one of a kind. Because I don't like when people say, "Oh, he's the second coming of Tupac." No, the hell he ain't. He's the first coming of the dog, X.
The dog. Okay.
All right? Nobody could be Tupac, and nobody could be X.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Dang, that's awesome. Awesome. So, what do you expect to get out of the event next week?
I'm just trying to show the people that, this is how we started. This should show every artist out there. Because you got a lot, you know how many artists we got in this world? And a lot of them do music and it don't go nowhere.
That's
so
true.
Back then, we were just confident that eventually we gonna get a situation. So my goal was at the time with me and him was just to get him where we had to get him. So we kept recording. We did a couple of dumb things. Like you're gonna see some things that we did that was kind of stupid. But at the time, we were just having fun. The first thing is having fun. This is what's missing in hip hop because we're all too serious.
Yep.
Like you see Drake and Kendrick, they went at it, whatever. Did anybody get beat up? Did anybody get hurt? You know what I'm saying? So we're missing that part. Look at KRS-One and MC Shan. Nobody got hurt.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Some feelings got hurt. That's what got hurt. Feelings or stuff like that.
Feelings get hurt easy. Shout out to MC Shan and his sister, Lady J. She's of course with us. Yeah, I know she heard it. She probably like, let me see. Now she down there with Chubb Rock and them. She on the morning show with them. So she's doing good.
Big shout out to her.
Yeah,
just to let her know I'm a big fan of MC Shan. Yeah, I haven't talked to him in years though, but back in the days when he was on Cold Chillin', I dealt with somebody named Star. She was working over there, and we booked Roxanne Shante and Granddaddy IU.
Oh wow!
Like I've been doing this since I was young, man.
That's right.
Like when I was young, I booked Wu-Tang Clan when they only had a single out, "Protect Your Neck."
I saw that. I saw that when I was reading on you. And like I said,
X
met you.
X opened up for him.
Wow. Because sometimes when we see people through the music industry, I've been in the industry too for a while, and you meet people along the way, but it'd be so much stuff going on, but you meet them along the way, and then later on, like 30 years later, I'm like, I know DJ Superior, like, and you knew me too, but I wasn't Gray. So you know what I mean? So that's just how life is. But I commend y'all guys for what y'all doing because I actually miss DMX. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's crazy how we don't really pay homage properly,
we
and
don't.
we don't preserve our legends, our legacies the way we supposed to, and especially in hip hop, I think it's important that we do that. So what you guys are doing is phenomenal. I think it should set a stage for a whole lot of stuff to happen. You know, so shout out to you for that, both of you. I think I wish I could be there, you know, just so I could see it, but it's next
Well,
week.
you'll see it because we're planning to take this on the road. So this is
Oh,
exclusive
really?
on your show. We're gonna do this in other states. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because X got his passport took it, so he wasn't able to go to certain places. But you see his response overseas like it's huge. So I
Mhm.
just got to tap into those markets. That's all.
Wow. I knew someone here was working on that stuff with him a while back. I don't know whatever happened to him. I think before he passed, he was working on some type of visual. X was. Yeah, he was
Okay.
working on visual here. But yeah, Atlanta loves X, so I think it's very pertinent that you guys come here and do that. Um, I don't know if you have venues and stuff set up, but whatever you need set up, shout out to Mr. Ellaby at Double Exposure because
Shout out.
Shout out to him.
yeah, they wanted to call, and we actually like slid this show in because of it was you guys, and it was all about X. So we slid it in, but it's gonna circulate. Everybody's gonna see it in the lobby. They always post it and everything. But I'm gonna send it to you also, so that we can do. I'm glad you decided to allow us to exclusively talk about this because tell them again the name of the event and what we can expect from it. What we're gonna see.
The Rise of Darkman X, presented by DJ Superior. Come witness unreleased footage and audio that built the dog from 88 all the way up through his first deal. You'll get to listen and watch the development of an artist who became a number one, all thanks to this guy, Superior, for real. And yes, there were
Like I
other,
said, I'm not knocking nobody that we
yeah,
worked with
totally.
because people always think I'm knocking somebody. I'm not knocking them. But think about it. If the DMX brand was a Bentley, all right, y'all might have shined it up. Y'all might have put rims on it. Y'all might have put tents on it. But without the engine,
Yes,
it wouldn't have went nowhere.
yes.
So I'm
I
part.
want
I'm part of the engine.
you
You
part of
know.
the. I know that's right.
That's all.
Shout out to Red Dread and the Heat Seekers and Lady J again. Also, I think they just Instagram is blowing up right now, so they're like on the IG like. But I wanted him to get on with you guys because I want him to talk to. He the commissioner out here. He's straight up the king of hip hop down here, especially as far as personalities and talking about. So shout out to Red Dread and Chubb rocking them, all of them. Because every time you say DMX's name, everybody want to hear what's going on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trust me, I know. I
That's
got people saying stuff to me, and I'm like somebody came at me like, "Why now? This and that." I'm like, "Why now?" I've been promoting X when he was alive. There's a
yeah,
book out called "The Man That Walked the Dog," which is my book, with me and X face on the cover.
wow,
So he didn't. They tried to divide us and this industry will break you up. This is something a jewel for everybody. I want y'all to know.
please.
When you got a problem with somebody, go talk to your man and see what's going on. Because this industry is so bad, it turns people against each other. It
Mm,
does a whole bunch of stuff, you know? And me and him fought like brothers. There's times we fought on tour. I'm talking about fist fight, you know? He was bipolar. One time he say something, one next time he forgot it. He said it a lot of times, so I'm not saying it disrespecting him. He said it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about X is no matter what went on in the daytime, nighttime, I would always see him and he would talk to me differently. And me and him was good. So basically, he was saving me from the industry. He didn't want me around the nonsense.
mm.
That's what I come to believe. Because when me and him used to talk, he used to be like, yo, we good, dog. Especially after we fought one time. We fought. And, Swiss and them was calling because they thought I was going straight to the cops, like I'm suing. I could have sued the place for their security and the whole nine, but X is my brother. I would never do that.
Wow.
And I loved him enough that we fought in the projects. We fought before we had a deal. But it was one time, I'll give you exclusive, and his wife knows this. Well, she gonna know now. She didn't know the whole thing, but I'm gonna say it now, exclusive on your show.
Right.
What happened was the first fight we had in the projects, Mo Forgottens, which we call 527. He brought some girls over the house. Now, not to disrespect no females, because I'm not into dissing females, but unless they do something to me. But these girls was toe up. Like, I just wasn't interested. They had a nice body and everything, and all that was good, but that don't mean nothing. If I'm turned off, I'm turned off. So I wasn't interested. And he was like, I can't curse on your show, right?
You can.
Oh. He said, yo, you don't want no, you don't want no puss? Like, are you crazy? I was like, nah, I ain't messing with them. But as soon as I said I ain't messing with him, he punched me dead in the face. Bah! So we scrapping on the floor because of that. We scrapping, and I think he hurt his back. So when he was back at home the next day, his wife kept asking me, like, what y'all's fighting about? What happened? And I kind of looked at him. He was laying in the bed, and he was looking at me like, you better not. And I was like, nah, we were just scrapping. And then he made up some story. He said, nah, you know what I'm saying? He did that bullshit. And I just went along with it. I just looked at him, laughed, and shook my head. Yeah, but that's what really happened.
When they do another movie or do the movie, you got to do all the voices. Because you sound like him.
And just to let y'all know, X did a movie before he passed called Dogman. So he got a movie they're trying to complete it, my man Antonio, but he has a movie that they're working on. I have a movie called The Man That Walked the Dog after my book. I had somebody play X in the book. I had somebody play him in the trailer. One day I'll send you the trailer and you can put it up. He was mad at me. He like, who the hell is that? Like,
see, y'all got all of that. I'm telling you, when I knew him, I saw spurts of that. So it was like, for some reason, he was just like, oh, we cool. He would just be cool about everything. So, and I get it. I think I saw him. He came down to Atlanta, and I was walking down the street. He had a bunch of people walking behind him. I don't know what that was. There was a bunch of people walking behind him. He was like, yo, Kev. And I'm like, who? I'm looking, and it was. I said, Earl. He was like, don't nobody know my name. It was really funny. He always been a great guy, though. Always been a great guy. And like I said, what you guys are doing when y'all come to Atlanta, let's make sure we know that, because I would love for Red Dread to talk to you as well. And maybe we can do like a whole nother exclusive, and we can get you on Heat Seekers, and we can really talk about your story and talk about what you're offering. So please keep us.
I'm giving you my word. Me and Jonah, we're gonna give you our word. If we do anything in Atlanta, you gotta cover it. That's all. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that, because I think it needs to be seen, needs to be heard, all that stuff. Like I said, I wish I could just jump up and come out there next week. Are you gonna have any more performers? How is the show gonna be set up? The event?
So there will be, doors are going to be at 7. You'll get to hear DJ Lord Kason, shout out Kason, spinning in the lobby. There will be some slightly interactive art pieces in there, merch, stuff like that, exclusive merch that we can't sell or give away anywhere else, like a 27-minute mixtape.
Wow.
But I didn't
also we got Drag On performing
on the 13th. Yeah. Okay. And each night throughout the presentations, we'll have some of the members of GOG as well as Dragon come up, tell a few stories that we have some footage of that they haven't even seen. They don't even know what stories they're going to tell because they don't know what we have.
Yeah.
We got a lot. And for someone out there listening who's thinking of coming to the show, call us. or get in touch with us if you're coming to the show.
Yeah,
It'd
yeah.
be really cool to hear from you.
I'll send some people out because I think it's very important. I saw it on the website, and I'm here for it. I think you guys are doing an amazing job, and I want to shout out to Double Exposure for letting us know. Did you know Mr. Ellaby back then when he was working with?
Yeah, I knew Ellaby.
That's
Definitely.
crazy. Ellaby is a legend too. We got to do his
Yeah,
story.
he was helping Mary. He got a list of he's definitely he's the guru.
He's
Yeah,
the guru.
when people talk about legends, Ellerby is by definition truly
Yeah.
a legend.
Yeah, a name that we have to keep on our radar. Again, let me ask. I just want to ask you this: did y'all guys see the BET Awards?
I saw some of it. I
Yeah.
wasn't. I was a little upset about it. I'm not gonna lie. I seen Nikki D make a comment, and I feel the same way she feel. Nikki D's the first rapper that was signed to Def Jam. A lot of people say Foxy Brown. Well, Foxy's my girl. I love Foxy.
Right.
But BT, what I'm a little upset about is you don't see you want to be like all the other award shows, then you gotta do the jazz, you gotta do the R&B, you gotta it's more than just a girl shaking her butt, showing her ass. Like BT, is that black entertainment?
But yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that because that's all we've been getting. We've been hearing that, and I saw Sexy Red for the first time, really, when I really looked at her show, and I was like, I get it, the confidence is there and everything, and I love it. But then I saw another Glorilla. I saw Glorilla, and then when I think about it, it's all the same. And I'm like, back in the day, we had Foxy was sort of like Lil Kim, but they were different. Then
They
you
were
had
different.
FIFA. Then you
Yeah.
had Eve. Yeah, I mean, we
Yeah.
just had so much. Now it's just consolidated itself to just like Beyonce. Love Beyonce, but she's not the only one. Like you get what I'm saying.
No,
So
I understand.
I'm,
Because
I'm
Mariah, we got
right,
Mariah. Mariah was different from Beyonce.
right,
Whitney Houston
right.
was different than. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Celine Dion. Then you had Mickey Howard and
Yeah,
Anita Baker, Regina Bell. We just had so many, and we represented so many different demographics of people and artists. Now it's like, okay, we're gonna do the ghetto girl from around the corner. Now everybody wants to be the ghetto girl around the corner. Then we're gonna do the person that's high up here, so everybody want to be that way. So I don't know what's happening to the industry right now, but I think it's people like you guys, that will help change it and or at least enhance it and get it back where it needs to be.
well, we control our destiny. It's up
That's
to
right.
us to do it.
That's
So
right.
the powers that be just got to sit down. Look, before, like you said, you brought up a good point. We had DMX, we had Jay-Z. Jay-Z and DMX style wasn't the same. We
Right.
had Nelly. We had um, we had Will Smith
Yep.
before the slap.
Right.
um, we had Hammer. MC
Yep.
Hammer was right there selling the same amount of records. You know,
Exactly.
so they all was different, and that's what we need back. We had Public Enemy. We
Yep.
had, all of that stuff is needed. You
Yep.
know,
And
NWA got
NWA.
large without the TV. They didn't need the TV or the radio. NWA.
Right. Right. Ice
So
Cube, Snoop
yeah,
Dogg. Like it was
yeah.
just so many, and now it's like it seems like we only have a few. I'm gonna ask you this too. Drake and Kendrick. They're not like us.
Uh, I'm gonna give it to both of them.
I
They
agree.
both made us forget about whatever else was going on in the world
That is true.
just to see them. So that's a good thing because a lot of people be going through stuff. Kendrick won, but Drake put up a good fight, and I like Drake's records too that he did against him. So, but Kendrick got it.
Yeah.
And you got to understand, he's with that winning family, Dr. Dre. We got to give Dre. I mean, everybody forgets Dre. Look, Eminem, Snoop
Yes.
Dogg, 50 Cent,
Yes.
Kendrick,
Yes.
Game,
Yes. Dr.
West
Dre.
Coast. That's why me and Jonah is doing the first show in the West Coast.
Oh, for real. See, yeah,
Big
but
shout out to the West Coast.
big shout out to the West Coast. Dr. Dre is probably gonna go down as one of the, I mean, the biggest
If
of
not,
all.
He's already there.
Yeah, yeah. That is, I mean, amazing. I always wished I get to work with Dr. Dre. You know, maybe one day it will happen. We'll have canes and we'll be sitting there mumming food because we ain't got no teeth. But no, but I just Dr. Dre is awesome and I commend him too. So shout out to Dr. Dre.
Yo, did you know that he was trying to sign X
I
when
did hear that. I
before
did.
we had the Def Jam deal? He was
Mhm.
trying to sign X. I have a picture that X went out to see Dre
Mhm.
to see if it could work. But
Wow.
I guess X wasn't feeling Suge or feeling. I forgot what it was. He just wasn't. He's like, I don't know. It's just not. I don't know. Like, that's what he
Yeah.
said.
I think I have another. I might want y'all to talk to someone else too because we were talking about some things in reference to like even with DJs and now and how it stands the way DJs are now as opposed to the way they were in the past. And I'm gonna pass on so y'all might get another interview. I think it's a great thing to talk about. I wish I could get you guys down here next week for the Radio Risers conference because you need to be down. We need to show that show. So we're
Damn.
gonna put something out because
Shit.
everybody needs to see that. No, we good. You got double exposure. He knows
Okay.
me. They called me. We put this on. We just jumped it in like day before yesterday. It was like, oh, we'll do it. You know. So I think now when you start that and start rolling where you're gonna go in different cities and stuff, just keep
Yeah.
us. We'll make it a big thing in Atlanta. We'll
please.
All right.
big. So I just want to shout out anybody else y'all got to shout out.
Real. Go ahead, John. You go first,
Just
John.
say, yeah, shout out to No Fun out here in LA, powering this event, helping us get everything together. Shout out GOG, Superior, obviously, Angelo. Without Ellerby, I mean, we would be in a totally different place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And Superior,
Okay.
go for it.
I would like to shout out. Go ahead. Say what you were saying first.
Nah,
What you were
it's
saying.
the last question. So go ahead. It's the last one. You
I would
say
like to shout out, just to let y'all know, I have a label deal. I'm signed to a label, and I don't want to put them on the spot because I don't want them to be mad at me. But we put something together called um, "The Origin of Darkman X."
ooh.
I've been signed to them for a year, so the spark I'm trying to put under y'all better move, man, or I'm just gonna, sign with somebody else. And I hate to do that to y'all, but I'm not going to mention your name. That way I'm not making you look bad or nothing or whatever. Okay? As far as GOG, just to let you know, because you keep hearing me and John say GOG, you're like, what's that? Well, Biggie Smalls had Junior Mafia. Cameron had Dipset. DMX had GOG in the beginning, Gangsters of the Ghetto. That was our team. And we got footage of us spitting and rhyming together. I had like a couple of artists, me and X. So his mindset was there, but his mindset was also just, yo, I just want to be the artist. You handle that. So I like to shout out them artists because they will be at the show performing. And big shout out to No Fun and everything. I'm part of No Fun too.
Mhm.
Um,
Hell yeah.
just big shout out to everybody. Come out and see, and just give. X is looking down at us. I know he looking down like what? You know what I'm saying?
Boy, you sound just like him. That's what's
Yes.
up. I just want to say thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for sharing this info with us. Thank you for us being exclusive, and thank you for promising to come to Atlanta so that we can do exactly what you're doing right now. Shout out to Double Exposure, Mr. Ellaby, Kevin Goins at New Grooves. Shout out to the
Yes.
Heat Seekers. Shout out to Lady J, Red Dread. Shout out to Radio One. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to 1 Degree. Shout out to KRE. We doing things. Hey,
And
I just
big
got one.
shout out to Money Mike also. Money
Money
Mike, he know who he is.
Yes, sir. I don't, but he does. But one more
Okay.
thing. Do you think hip hop has digressed or is it evolving?
Well,
Um,
it's definitely evolving, but I will say the introduction of social media into hip hop has taken a very, 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 very stark turn.
Yeah.
Because if you take social media out of the equation, which is not reality, but if you did, the BET Awards would be a very different lineup of artists. You'd be watching you'd be watching music videos, you'd be watching performances. You wouldn't be watching that one reel that went viral because of that girl shaking her ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
well,
We're gonna do better.
just
Yeah.
I just want to say this to the powers to be, whoever they are. Hip hop started in the streets,
Hmm.
so don't think that we can't go back.
Yes. Yes. Hip
Yeah.
hop started in the streets, so don't think we can go back. That's a bar. And with that being said, everybody, you heard it here first. Uh, the rise of Darkman X, presented by DJ Superior. Thank you for that. If you're in LA, in the LA area, please go and see it. Where is it going to be again?
LatinoTheaterCo.org/DarkmanX. You get tickets. LATC. It's downtown Los Angeles, 514 South Spring Street.
Wow, easy. So that's it. I want to thank y'all for coming on. I
Thank
want to
you
keep
for
this
having us.
going. I'm going to make sure you get all the info. We're going to send this to Double Exposure so you can cut up, do what you need to do. But thank you. It was a great interview. I appreciate you. And rest in peace, DMX. Shout out to him.
Yes,
Hey,
yes. The
yes.
dog.
All right. Y'all heard it here. I'm Kevin Bryant. I want to thank everybody for logging on. I want to thank everybody for listening to us and getting this good information. So I'm out. Yes, Kevin said it. I say the things that you think about. Peace.
Yes, yes.
So that was good.